Hello, Shaker Heights varsity baseball fans, and welcome in to the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. Here today, your Red Raiders will be taking on the Invaders of Normandy High School, another one of those schools in Parma. I believe there's three schools separated in that area of Parma. That includes Holy Name. You'll see Shaker Hockey face them a lot of times in that hockey season. But here, Shaker Baseball is taking on the different school of Normandy. Now, Normandy in their black uniforms here today, all black actually, black jerseys, black pants, black caps. Shaker Heights, on the other hand, red caps, red jerseys, and white pants. That's their new home uniform. Only wearing it for the second time here in their third home game. And let me just tell you right now, it is a cold one. It is a windy one. And so our apologies for the very shaky camera here today out in Red Raider territory. This is some Northeast Ohio baseball. Shaker has had some warm games of late. However, this one not going to be one of them. They had that San Diego tournament weeks ago on the West Coast. However, here we are in a very different setting. Quentin Garnett is going to be your starting man on the mound in the home game. He's wearing number 6 on the back of that jersey. Again, our apologies for the very shaky camera. There's just not much we can do about it with the strong, intense winds up here at our elevated broadcast position. And now we're actually getting a huge gust of wind as we speak. If you're a home run hitter, this might very much be your day, as the wind is blowing in from home plate out to the outfield in left. And yeah, if you're not, I hope the microphone's not picking that up as much as I feel it may be. That one in there for a strike. The throw from the catcher, Braden White, gets over the head of Garnett. However, he's back to it. And yeah, the wind randomly picking up right now. Hopefully that dies down really quickly. The outfielders for Shaker Heights trying to jump up and down. That one ending up fair, just barely down the line. Nate Landover struggling with it at first, but now he'll throw it into Malachi Kranz in at short. And that is one man up, one man on for the Invaders. So Hinkle is the one man on. Wolf is the batter. Quentin Garnett, 3 pitches, brings one man on. And first pitch of the new AB is upstairs for ball 1. Braden White behind the dish, behind Quentin Garnett, out way in the outfield is going to be Nate Landover at left, Will Tagan at center field, and then Andrew Fogarty at right field. That pitch just off. No signs of stealing just yet from Hinkle over at first. And that next one will catch the strike zone. Shaker Heights' dugout keeping vocal, trying to encourage their guy on the hill. Quentin Garnett, usually a catcher. Yesterday was a third baseman. There's the pickoff attempt. Hinkle back in with a dive. And really, the wind has come out of nowhere out here in left center. It's just gotten really harsh out of nowhere. And so hopefully that dies down quickly. 2 balls, 1 strike to Wolf, the batter. And now this one lined in the left. It's going to go to Andrew Fogarty. Fogarty picks this one up, throws it in, holding the lead runner at second. And so now 2 men up, 2 men on for those Invaders of Normandy. Garnett just needing to slow things down. as now this is a rough position for him. He pitched in that game against Olympia, and it was that final game of the West Coast tournament, and it wasn't exactly a good outing for him. So he's looking to clean up that narrative with the outing here. However, tough spot already. Nobody out, 2 men on, 1 in scoring position. Sakan, the batter, and this pitch upstairs. We're evened up, 1-1 the count. Hinkle, the runner at second. Wolf, the runner at first. Garnett checks the runner at second. Now the pitch. This one's sent into center field. Will Tagan ranging back. He should get there, and indeed he will. Here's the tag to third. The throw. Could it beat him? No, just barely missed the mark. So runners at the corners with 1 out. Double play opportunity if they want to end this inning early without a score coming across. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call from the very, very cold spot up here at the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. Garnett now up to 9 pitches. Here's the 10th. Upstairs, ball 1. Or excuse me, that was pitch 11. Next pitch. And just a little high. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. The defensive lineup behind him in the infield is going to be Will Berglund at first, O'Shea Howard at second, and to the left of second base, we're seeing Malachi Kranz at shortstop and Sam Luther at third. That one also missing the mark. 3 balls, no strikes. 12 o'clock was your game time start here today. That one definitely in there, and he's going to get the call. Three balls, 1 strike now. Hinkle, the brother of that first Hinkle, is going to now draw the walk, and so base is loaded with only 1 out. The Shaker defense keeping vocal, just trying to get out of this inning in a scoreless affair. 0-0, bases loaded, 1 out. Quentin Garnett steps on the mound. Red jersey with number 6 on the back of it. And now here's the windup, the kick in the offering from the righty. And that one's just upstairs. This was one of the issues we saw in that game against Olympia. And it was a lot of issued walks. However, that one will catch the strike zone. Braden White keeping it in front of him. He's the one catching the balls and strikes here today for Garnett. He was also the catcher in yesterday's affair as Garnett occupied third. Brett Moore out of the defensive lineup here today, and of course the batting order. The reason being is because his arm is still very much sore after yesterday's great pitching performance from him. Only allowing 2 hits, and Eli Stolfus came in relief. He only allowed 2 hits, and Shaker was able to get that victory 2-1. Here's the 1-1 offering. Upstairs, ball 2. Shaker Heights now with 3 straight big victories. They beat Menor, a tough competition. They are. Then they beat Gilmore Academy. They're always tough. They actually lost the year prior, 6-5. And now yesterday, beating Twinsburg. That last one was fouled off, so now we got a 2-2 count. A strikeout here would be huge. But that win against Twinsburg is a big one. It's showing you that Shaker Heights, after that huge loss against North Royalton, 28-6, the players, they had a players-only meeting. They talked things over. What do we do now after such a big loss? How do we rebound from that? Here's the next pitch. Cut on and missed. Big strikeout for Quentin Garnett with the bases loaded. That's going to move us to 2 outs. And now we'll see what happens next. Messina goes down swinging. And now Quentin Garnett in a good spot to get out of this one alive and scoreless. That first pitch upstairs almost came and got Vargo upstairs. It did not, however. Here's a big wind gust coming in. Again, our apologies for that not exactly stable camera. This one popped up This one's playable. The catcher, Braden White, is there. And that's going to drop down foul. The wind just getting hold of that one, and it falls right in front of him. And so, we're going to have 1 ball, 1 strike to Vargo. Quentin Garnett already up to 23 pitches. Coaches told me earlier before this game that they're going to keep Quentin Garnett on a very reasonable pitch count of about 50 to 60, that pitch upstairs. The reason being is because Garnett is still your starting catcher, so you don't want his arm to get too sore or tired. Here's the next offering. That one inside. Ball 3. 1 ball away from walking in a run. 0-0 your score. The base is loaded. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. This one's sent up the middle. Is that going to get through? It looks like it will. That'll bring home 1. Will Tagan sending this one home. Upstairs to Braden White. He applies the tag, but he is safe. 2 runs coming across on the 2-out single. Runners now at first and second. Tough call for Vargo to make the swing happen, but in doing so, he gets 2 runs to come across. 2-0 now your score. As both Hinkle and Wolf came in. So now, still 2 outs, 2 men on, 1 in the scoring position, that pitch upstairs. But Coach told me entering into today, this is just going to be a different kind of game. Because Shaker trying to save some of their best guys on the mound. You're trying to save them for those GCC rivalry games on Monday and Tuesday against Brunswick. That time the pitch getting away from White. So the runners advancing from first to second and third. 2-0 your score. However, the Invaders threatening to do some more damage. Here's the 2-0 upstairs. We'll see if we get a mound visit sometime soon. Because if this is a 4-pitch walk, you're in a rough spot. Here's the next one. In tight, ball 4. And it is a 4-pitch walk, and indeed we get the mound visit. We're going to take a really, really brief break. Or actually, we'll stay right here. Braden White comes in behind the dish to join the mound visit. The infield joins as well with head coach Stephen English. Shaker already in a rough spot. 2-0 your score. They're down with bases loaded and 2 outs. I doubt we're going to get a pitching change. Just a bit of a conversation for Garnett. Now the infield disperses. White back to his spot behind the dish. And runners back to their respective spots. We've got Hinkle off of third, Vargo off of second, and Steele off of first. The batter, Morris. Number 1 on the back of the black jersey. No action behind us at the Russell H. Rupp Field. I believe just about all athletic events are away. This one fouled over to the right side, near that Normandy bus. 31 pitches so far thrown from Garnett. The 32nd is on its way. And that one's going to get away from Braden White. This could be run number 3, and indeed it will be. And this has been a rough outing so far for Garnett. Again, he enters in after only pitching in that Olympian game. And in that Olympian game, he pitched for 3 innings. And he has an ERA entering into today of 11.67. And still 2 outs. It's been 2 outs since before any of the 3 runs came across. That one cut on and missed. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Morris. 1 strike away from at least limiting some of this damage and leaving 2 runners in scoring position. That one just in tight, ball 2. Now the righty sends one once again, and there's strikeout number 2 for Garnett. And it wasn't exactly the best opening inning for him, but he does get the job done eventually. 3 runs come across for the Invaders, and now it's time for the Red Raiders to strike on offense. So they already have some catch up to do, and we're going to stick with the batting order that we saw yesterday, at least for the top of the order. It's going to be O'Shea Howard, Quentin Garnett, and Will Tagan due up. We'll be right back with the call of the bottom of the first. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum here from Shaker Heights, Ohio. And here we are for the bottom of the first. Shaker already with some catch up to do. 3-0 your score. The Invaders lead it on the road. But Shaker hasn't even had their opportunity on offense yet, so we're going to see what they can do here. O'Shea Howard is the first man up. And the first pitch to him in there for strike 1. O'Shea Howard had a good day at the plate yesterday against Twinsburg, and that's why they put him in the leadoff spot, because he has been hitting the ball hard. That one down low. Purdue, the pitcher here today. Howard, on the other hand, entering in with an average of 192. Under the Mendoza line, but it's been getting a lot better from where it was previously. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Howard, batting right. And now the next one in tight, 4 ball, 2. Garnett allowed those 3 runs to come across on 3 hits. Of his 35 pitches thrown, 16 hit the strike zone, 19 missed the mark. That one down low, ball 3, and Howard's working a good count. Also in the batting order, as mentioned, Quentin Garnett and Will Tagan due up behind Howard. Berglund, Landrum, and White are the 4, 5, 6 guys. Here's the pitch off the mark. Howard, oh, my goodness. What a call from the umpire. O'Shea Howard baffled by it. And there is a shocking strike 3 call. That's going to bring Quentin Garnett to the batter's box. My goodness, that one was a rough call if you're O'Shea Howard. First pitch to him, cut on and missed. Strike 1. To cap off the order today, we're going to see Landever, Luther, and Kranz. Forgot to mention those 7, 8, 9 guys, but those are the guys you're going to see. Next pitch to Garnett. Down low, ball 1. Again, a windy affair here today. If you're Will Tagan or Will Berglund. Oh, Quentin Garnett. It's the third game in a row where that has happened. A hit right down the middle through the shortstop and second baseman. And so, there you go. Garnett, the second man in the order. He'll do it again as he'll get the one-out single. And so, Garnett on, Tagan with an opportunity to do some damage. But as I was saying, if you are a power hitter, if you're Berglund or Tagan, maybe Landrum as well, if you put this one up in the air, it very well might carry. Here's the pitch. Upstairs in tight here. Garnett back in safely standing. The catcher Vargo made the throw on to first. But the wind specifically coming our direction from home plate out to left center field. So it's Will Tagan's time to shine. This one grounded over right to the second baseman. He can't handle it well. And there we go. Two men on with one out and Berglund up to the dish. And you know he has the opportunity here to maybe tie this one up with one swing of the bat. And these Invader outfielders know what's up. They are backing up as they know Berglund has the power. That first one in there for strike one. Tagan occupying first, Garnett on second. Now the next pitch, that one's going to be popped over to right center field. Center fielder gets under it. Tagan moving from second to third, and he tags well at first. He didn't slide, so his foot almost came off the bag, but he backs up just a little bit. He is safe on third. Runners at the corners with two outs for C.J. Landrum. Again, one of those power hitters that could do something big if he gets it up in the air. Tagan on first. Garnett, was the man to move over to third. This one sent over to left field. It'll be ending up in the glove of Steele. And so, Shaker Heights gets 5 men up to the batter's box. They got 2 men on off of 2 back-to-back singles. They couldn't do much other than that. So that's going to bring out the Shaker defense once again. They are down by 3, looking to keep it that way. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call. We'll be back for the call of the top of the second. And we're through 1 inning. Shaker down 3-0. Garnett back to the hill. And the first pitch in there for strike 1. Garnett now pitching 36-17, hitting the strike zone. 19, missing the mark. Next pitch. And that'll also be in there. Not sure why Kirk, the batter, felt the need to scooch his way back a little bit from that one, but that was very much not exactly near him. That next one, oh, that almost made contact with him. Almost ran in and got him up high, but he ducked out of the way. And that is just going to be ball number 1. 1-2 the count to Kirk. That next one off the mark as well, ball 2. And now here's the 2-2 offering. This one's sent up. And this one's playable for the infielder, Sam Luther, and he just jolted back to make the grab for out number 1. That was close. We saw that pop up earlier for Braden White that just fell right in front of him. The reason being, again, this wind is really going to be a huge factor for both of these teams. It was a big factor in that North Royalton loss. Of course, that was just a very sloppy day for the Red Raiders, losing that one by 22. That first pitch in tight for ball number 1. Garnett already up to 41 pitches. And the next one also missing the mark. 2 balls, no strikes to Hinkle, the batter. He's the leadoff man, 1 for 1. This one will be in there. Strike number 1. 2-1 the count to Hinkle. He got that single his first time up. And there he's going to take strike 2. A good pitch location that time from Garnett. And now here's the 2-2. And that's going to get behind him. And oh, that got a piece of him. So he hits one man, and Hinkle, still 1 for 1, is now going to make his way as a base runner for the second time. My goodness, huge wind gust there. And holy cow, this wind gust lasts a long time. 3-0 your score. The Invaders looking to do some more damage to the scoreboard. Again, if you get this one up in the air, might be a good home run day for you. Here's pickoff attempt. Hinkle back in safely, head first. Wolf also 1 for 1. He's the batter with a 1-0 count. Now it looks like the 2 umpires talking things over. And we'll see. I don't believe anything changing. And maybe they were discussing if the play was a balk. That's typically what we see in that kind of situation. Specifically at this level, that's what you'll see. And this wind gust, holy. And now we're going to get a visit from Braden White. They're still talking things over. And Garnett also talking to the infield umpire as well. And now he steps back on the mound, looking to continue his performance. For now, 1 man on, that pitch missing for ball 2. Not too many Red Raider supporters out here today, the reason being the weather. Northeast Ohio baseball, you gotta be ready for this. This is why I'm shocked that a player like Nate Landever is out here without any sort of sleeves on him. There was ball 4 down low, 4-pitch walk. But Landever out here with no sleeves on. It's the kind of thing I would call out number 4 on the hockey team, Ryan Kiltz, for wearing shorts in a cold ice hockey rink. Like, just how are you doing that? 2 men on. That one's going to run in, almost get the batter. Instead, it's going to get away from Braden White, and the 2 runners advance forward. 3rd and 2nd now occupied. 2 guys in scoring position with only 1 out. Now here's the next pitch. In tight. Oh, excuse me. Called strike one. Taking the lead off of second is Wolf. Taking the lead off of third is Hinkle. Sicko on the batter. And here's the pitch. Down low. White keeps it in front of him this time. No runs coming across for now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sicko 0 for 1. It's the kick in the offering from the righty. This one grounded over to Kranz. Kranz mishandles it, and that's going to go as an error on the Red Raider infielder. Battle score, 1 run, 4-0 now your score, and runners are at the corners with 1 out. And Quinn Garnett continues to struggle out on the hill. And now we're going to get the other Hinkle brother up to the mound. Or, excuse me, up to the dish. First pitch to him, he was showing bunt. And it looked as though he balked. So, move each runner up a base. And that's going to score a guy as well. 5-0 now. And yes, indeed, it was ruled a balk. So Sicko now on second. And yeah, that run's scoring. So 5-0, 1 out. Garnett's rough outing continues. Here's the pitch. In there, right down Main Street for strike 1. Now the next kick and pitch. Ooh, looked off the mark. However, the umpire rules this one strike 2. Looked a bit off the plate on the outside. However, the umpire sees what he sees, he calls what he calls, and he saw, and he called strike 2. Here's the 0-2. Cut on and missed. And there's strike 3. Quentin Garnett racking up another K. I believe that's third for him now. The wind continues to blow from home plate out here to the outfield. That one upstairs almost, nabbing Messina up high. Again, behind me, nothing in the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. It's open for anyone that wants to run on the track. This one lined into left field, and that one's going to get down over the head of Nate Landover. That's going to be an RBI double as Messina gets Sicko to come in and score, and that's run number 6. For Normandy. The sun trying to peek through the clouds. We're getting a little bit of brightness over the baseball field. Still 2 outs. Garnett looking to cut this one another 3-run inning. Here comes. In there, strike 1. Vargo, the new batter, he's 1 for 1. He's the catcher in today's game. That one also catches it. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Vargo. Messina standing off of second. Number 3 on the back of that black jersey. Garnett checks the runner. And now here's the kick in the offering from the righty. This one grounded off of him, foul. So we're going to do it again at 0-2. Garnett, once again, 1 strike away from keeping this one a 3-run inning. This one popped up over to the right side. Berglund under it. And it just got out of the fencing. So, once again, 0-2. 2 outs, runner on second. A lot of 2s up on that scoreboard. However, nothing doing actually on the score. 6-0. here in the top of the second. And now the sun really coming through the clouds. You can see how it just really brightened up out here on the field. This one cut on, sent foul once more. This time right into the backstop cages. And now Garnett checking the runner. Now the offering once again upstairs for ball one. That's the first ball that Vargo has got on the count. So now 1-2 is that count. He has fouled off 3, and he is just protecting and fighting well. Here's the next one. Down low, ball 2. Still one strike away from escaping the inning. Let's see. Here's the kick, the pitch. This one lined in left once more. Is that going to get down? Indeed it will. This is going to be another 1 RBI double. And 7-0. Now the score. And already up to 66 pitches is Quentin Garnett. His 67th will be the first one Steele sees in the new AB. 7-0, now your score. This one upstairs. Shaker, their first time up to bat, threatened to do some damage, just couldn't get any runs to come across. Here comes a lot of wind out of home plate. Again, not at all sure how Nate Landever's doing it without any sort of sleeves, other than the short ones on the red jersey. You'll see Will Tagan with the black sleeves coming out. This one popped up. That one's going to reach center, and Tagan actually the man to make the grab, and Shaker down by 7 after 2. After 2 innings of defense, they still have to come out on offense. Let's see if they can cut this deficit a little bit. You're not all going to get it back at once. That's what these batters got to remember right now. So, we'll be back for the call of the bottom of the inning. Thank you very much for tuning in. 7-0 is your score. Braden White is going to be the first man due up for the Red Raiders. Number 10 on the back of his jersey. He's got the 1 home run for Shaker Heights here at their home baseball field. Bottom of the second, 7-0 your score. Normandy off to a good start against Quentin Garnett on the mound for Shaker. This one's sent up. And will it drop down? It will not. The center fielder under it making the grab. Wolf making the grab for a quick out, number 1. That's going to bring up the next man, Nate Landever. He actually got a home run in batting practice. And here's the first pitch to him. This one cut on a hot shot to the center fielder, and he makes the catch once again. Another quick out, number 2. Shaker's offense needs to get going if they want to crawl back into this game. It all starts with one swing of the bat. And here comes Sam Luther to try and get something going. First pitch to number 11, down low and away for ball 1. Next pitch to Luther. This one grounded right to the shortstop. The throw on to the first baseman. And so 3 very, very quick outs for Purdue. And now we'll see what's next. It looks like Fogarty is going to be the next pitcher for Shaker, trying to keep this score where it is at 7-0. However, Shaker on offense needs to get clicking, but we're going to have to wait to see if they can do just that. 7-0 your score, Normandy leading on the road. We'll be right back with the call of the 3rd inning. And Andrew Fogarty is the new pitcher. We saw Quentin Garnett pitch those first 2 innings. In doing so, he let across 7 runs, 4 of which were earned on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 1 batter that was hit by a pitch. He did strike out 3 across those 2 innings. However, still, it was indeed a rough performance for him on the bump. Andrew Fogarty, he actually faced a bit of an injury in that Menor home game. Shaker winning that one 9-7. And that first pitch from him down low for ball number 1. Fogarty wearing number 4 on the back of the jersey. That pitch off the mark for ball 2. Fogarty so far hitless at the plate, but he's looking to do some damage on the mound. He's pitched all right on the bump so far. And right now it's just his job to keep it a 7-run deficit, which sounds a little unfortunate for him, that that's the position he's in. However, he's able to get it done. That pitch off the mark. Morris is the first batter of the inning. And that's a walk issued by Fogarty to begin his outing. So Morris on at first. That next pitch in there to the next man up. And this is what we've seen a lot. Their leadoff guy getting on And after that, they're just in the pitcher's mind, and it gets a little bit out of control. Again, as mentioned earlier, Shaker saving the best arms like Casey Robinson, Tyler, Zach. They're saving those guys for those big GCC rivalry games against Brunswick on Monday. That one's strike number 2. Kirk the batter, 0 for 1. 1-2 the count to Kirk. With nobody out, here's the pitch, and it's down low. Braden White not able to make the throw. Morris advances 90 feet closer. He's up to second base. Still 2 strikes to Kirk. Here's the kick in the offering. Cut on. Missed. 4. Strike out number 1 in Fogarty's outing. Again, not sure I completed that story. Fogarty injured himself in that game against Menor. We had to pause and take a break as he was down out in right field. However, here he is today, making his first appearance back from that injury. He was out in the last couple of games due to that. And Fogarty started off in right field. Now it's Colin Richard taking that spot. Nate Landever and Will Tiggins still occupying left field and center. Andrew Fogarty up to 11 pitches. That first pitch, strike 1. That next one, ooh, tough call. That's going to be ball 1. Hinkle, 1 for 1. He got hit by a pitch his last time. The first time, he got a single in the leadoff spot. 1 ball, 1 strike. That next one also missing the mark. 2 balls, 1 strike. Only 1 out. And if you're wondering what happened to Wesley Lewis, the freshman pitcher, this one, that should catch the strike zone. Indeed it will, strike 2. If you're wondering what happened to that freshman Lewis, the reason he hasn't pitched this week is due to the fact that he pitched, I believe, either yesterday or the day before in a JV game. And so obviously you're not going to pitch him twice. That one cut on, miss, strike 3. Out number 2. And so Shaker looking to get out of this third inning with their first 0 thrown up on the scoreboard in an inning. This one fouled back to the backstop. Strike 1. Fogarty so far having a good outing on the mound. 1 man is on. He's in scoring position. But if he doesn't come across to score, if you're Fogarty, you did your job. 0-1 the count. Here's the offering. And that's going to rainbow its way in for strike 2. Good pitch. Just got him looking upstairs. That was pitch number 17. 18 is on its way now. This one popped up, and it looks like this one will end with a 0 on the scoreboard. The first 0 Shaker has thrown up on an inning on defense, and now Shaker's bats need to get clicking. They make their way to the dugout in those red jerseys, looking to do some damage, cut this lead of Normandy just down a little bit. Again, you're not going to get it all at once, but you just want to claw back at it a little bit by little bit. Due up, it's going to be the final man in the order, Malachi Kranz, then back to the top in the form of O'Shea Howard and Quentin Garnett. We'll be right back to call it all for the bottom of the third. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Vaughn Ullum, here with the call from Shaker Heights. Kranz is going to be the first man due up for Shaker. Hasn't had an at-bat yet. Let's see what he does here. First pitch to him was strike one looking. And now he digs in once again. Next pitch to him. Cut on! This one lined into center. That's going to get down a base hit for Kranz. And there's a good hit. One hit like that in a leadoff spot of an inning, that can get your offense going. Let's see what happens. Kranz now on first. Purdue, the pitcher, now he's pitched over 20. He's had some quick innings on the bump. That last inning really went by quickly. 1, 2, 3 went down the Red Raiders on, I believe, 4 pitches, maybe 5, but I believe 4. O'Shea Howard now the leadoff man. He's up. He's number 1 in the order. This one, a stealing attempt from Malachi Kranz. He's in standing. Now over at second, he advances 1 base closer to scoring. The wind picking up. O'Shea Howard, he can hit the ball hard. I haven't seen him with that kind of power to send it over the fence out and left. Again, that fence out and left just about double the height of what you get in right center and right field. Here's the next pitch to Howard. Down low, ball 3. Kranz once again on second. Got that lead-off knock here in the bottom of the 3rd. Next pitch to Howard. He'll hold off as usual on a 3-0 count, but that time he just lobbed that one in there to try and get strike 1. 3-1 the count, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. O'Shea Howard was surprised by his first at-bat when it was a called strike 3, when it looked very much outside, and ball 4. However, now he'll get his walk, and Richard is now the batter. Richard wearing number 7. The first pitch fouled off. Purdue up to 27 pitches now. Kranz leading off of second. O'Shea Howard leading off of first. Here's the 0-1 to Richard. Down low. And Kranz steals third, and he's going to be very much safe. Howard advances as well. And you can see Kranz right there talking to head coach Stephen Inglis, the third base coach in today's game. And, of course, assistant coach Joe Welsh is the first base coach, as usual. Here's the pitch. Upstairs to Richard. There's ball 2. Shaker Heights' dugout keeping vocal. It's what you like to hear from him. It's a really rare occurrence when that's not what you get. Here's the next one. This one cut on, sent over to the right side, and the first baseman, Sickon, tried to make the play on it, but it's just out of reach. The wind really blowing out from home plate. There's no outs. This one in there for strike 3, and Richard goes down looking. So Tegan with the opportunity to do some damage again with this wind carrying out here to the outfield. You're going to want to see a big swing carry its way all the way out. Let's see what happens. Tegan in the right-handed batter's box. This one sent over to the right side, and it looks like that's going to get down fair if the catch is made, and indeed it is. Tagging is Kranz. He's going to be run number 1 for Shaker Heights. O'Shea Howard moves his way up to third. So, 7-1 now your score. The wind once again blowing, and now it's time for Berglund to try and send this one over the fence if he can. Howard now on third. RBI opportunity for Berglund. 7-1 score. That one in there for strike one. Purdue still the pitcher, and he's got a good pitch count going for him, up to 32 now. Or, excuse me, that one was 33. That pitch, number 34, gets away, and O'Shea Howard going to score as he steals home on the wild pitch. 7-2, now the score. And Berglund, with one swing of the bat, could make it a 4-run score. Let's see. Here's the pitch. That one off the mark. Ball 2 to Berglund. Landrum is in the on-deck circle if he gets the opportunity here in the bottom of the third. Next pitch to the big man. Cut on, sent over down the third baseline, foul. Or excuse me, that one wasn't really down the line. More so just in the direction of the Shaker dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a 5-run ball game. The Invaders leading here in the bottom of the third. And here's the pitch. This one's sent to the shortstop, and he can't handle it. Berglund going to reach on the error. And C.J. Landrum is going to be the next man up. He'll get his chance as Berglund reaches on the error. Big time for C.J. Landrum. If he sends this up into the sky, you never know how much it can carry. And you know he's got the power to do. Landrum 0 for 1 for now. Berglund going to steal second, and he's going to do so efficiently. No throw, he's in standing. Now in scoring position, Landrum's got the RBI opportunity. 7-2 now your score. Shaker just scratched 2 across on the box score. Next pitch to Landrum down low. Ball number 2 to Landrum. Purdue's 40th is going to be the second one Landrum sees. Or excuse me, the third one Landrum sees. Here it comes. Ball number 3. I did believe maybe that was ball 2. Here's the next one, and that should be in there. Indeed it is. That one right down Main Street. C.J. Landrum in an RBI opportunity, 2 outs. Berglund leading off of second. This one sent up the middle. That's going to take a weird bounce off the mound. Berglund rounding third. And Landrum going to hold up at first. However, that center fielder really struggled with throwing that one in. That's going to be run number 3 coming across, and Braden White bring him to the dish. And it's always unfortunate when you got to take off the catcher's gear, but is it really? Because it means you get your chance to hit, and it means the team in front of you has done well. Good base knock by Landrum brings it to a 4-run deficit. And Braden White, with some power, could do some more damage. And you know he's got it behind that big bat of his. Here we go. Here's the first pitch to him. Upstairs. Landrum trying to steal. And he collapses down to second. My goodness, not exactly a pretty steal from him that time around. That'll bring us to a 4-run score. 7-3 is your score. Shaker just cutting down that deficit by almost a half. Purdue having a rough go on the mound, but for Andrew Fogarty, it's been going pretty well after he made his first appearance in the 3rd inning. Let's see what he can do now for the 4th when we come back. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum, here with the call from Shaker Heights High School. 7-3 now your score. Andrew Fogarty back on the mound after pitching a good third inning. He's back, and this one popped up. It's O'Shea Howard calling off everyone just between the dirt and the grass. He makes the catch for out number one. A very quick one at that. That's what you like to see. Try to get Shaker's offense back out quickly, especially after a very hot bottom of the third. Here we are for the middle frame, the top of the fourth. Shaker Heights down by 4, but I mean, they just had a good inning. And so let's see what's next. There's ball 2, 2-0 the count to Hinkle, who's 0 for 1. And now this next one fouled off. Or excuse me, maybe that was just a strike. I believe he missed the contact. And indeed he did. Strike 1. 2-1 the count. Fogarty now up to 22 pitches. 1 out here. Here's the pitch. And that'll catch the strike zone. Strike 2. We're evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And behind us now at the Russell H. Rupp Field, people now running all along the track. And what I'm not understanding is how some of these people are just wearing one layer of a long-sleeved thin top. How are you doing that in this cold, windy weather? But regardless, it's a full count. Here's the 3-2. The payoff pitch. He'll get the K for strike out and out number 2. Big K if you're Andrew Fogarty, keeping the bases empty. Trying to amp up your team a little bit as well. You're down by 4, but on defense, if you have a good outing, that can always give your team some momentum. Messina, the batter, 1 for 2. He got an RBI double his last time up, and he swings through strike number 1. Here we are, top of the 4th against this Parma School of Normandy. The Invaders with a very old-timey logo. If you saw that thumbnail on this live video, you can see it's a very old-timey sort of logo. Looks like something kind of out of one of those video games from the 80s. There, a big swing and miss, and Fogarty having 2 good back-to-back innings on the mound, and now it's a 4-run deficit between the Invaders and the Raiders, and it rhymes, and man, it's just feeling good out here. The Red Raiders with all of the momentum, and now their bats will be back up. Braden White to lead us off when we come back. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum, here with the call in a very cold Shaker Heights High School baseball field. And the first pitch to Braden White brings a big swing and miss. 7-3 your score. Braden White with some power to maybe bring this deficit down to 3. We'll see. This one cut on and sent our way. It'll be going to the left fielder, number 18. Making the grab is Steele for out number 1. The sun now really making its appearance, and it's just feel that much better. If you're out here on the field, should be getting gray momentarily as you see those clouds coming in from behind that on-away building. But you can also see some blue skies over top of the high school ball field. Nate Landever, now the batter, with 1 out. Let's see what he can do. The sophomore making another varsity start. This one line, and that's going to get down in front of the center fielder, Landever, rounding first, but he's going to stay right there as he'll get the 1-out single on the 1-0 count. It's a good day for a lot of different sports. If you're an indoor sport like basketball or hockey, I mean, this is kind of what you expect for winter weather. Though it is around the 40s, here we are for some good old baseball. It's that kind of year where you're going to see all those professional sports really line up as you're getting the start of the baseball season. That pitch very much off the plate and upstairs for a ball to Sam Luther, the batter. We got that pickoff attempt on Landever, but he's safe, by the way. And here's the next pitch. This one lined over the glove of the shortstop. Landever rounding second. He'll be in safely over at third. Runners at the corners. And oh, never mind. He is safe on second as Luther quickly rounds first and makes a quick jump to second. And that's just good base running if you're Sam Luther. I'm not sure any of those outfielders saw it coming. But there you go. Now 2 runners in scoring position. And hello, Malachi Kranz. Kranz, his first time up, got a single. Let's see what he can do here. First pitch in tight, ball 1. Number 20 on the back of the jersey. Let's see what he can do. As mentioned, if you are a fan of any mentioned sport, this one sent into the center fielder's glove. Landever thinking of tagging, and the pitcher did cut it off, but it looks as though Landever just going to hold still at third. Luther still on second as well, and now it's a big time opportunity for O'Shea Howard. You don't want to leave those 2 guys out to dry in scoring position. Let's see what he does. But if I can finish my story without an out, it's where you're going to find the basketball postseason, that one down low. It's where you're going to find the hockey postseason, and then the first couple weeks of the baseball season. For example, today the Guardians playing against the Oakland Athletics at Progressive Field. This one cut on line over to left. That one's going to get down. It's going to bring home Sam Luther as the left fielder really struggling, and it looks like O'Shea Howard going to slide into second. The baseball going to get away from the shortstop as well, or excuse me, the second baseman as well. And O'Shea Howard with a 2 RBI double to cut this deficit down to 2. And Shaker, don't call it a comeback. 2 runs now. The deficit used to be 7 just innings ago. And now Richard is up in an RBI spot as well. 0 for 1 here today. And let's see what gets cooking. Shaker Baseball has really done well over the past games, really waking up their bats. And here's the pitch to Richard, cut on and missed. Shaker Baseball has really woken up. The Cavs postseason starting just 10 minutes ago. At least that game was set for 1 o'clock. But here's Shaker Baseball, and they're just about as exciting. I mean, my goodness, this team, 3 grand wins, back to back against Menor, Gilmore, and Twinsburg. And now here they are trying to make a big comeback against this Normandy school. Only a 7-5 game now. Richard with a 1-1 count, 2 outs, 1 man in scoring position. This one cut on sent over to the Red Raider dugout direction. Up next would be Will Tagan if he gets his chance, but now it's 2 strikes on Richard. Let's see what he can do. His first time he struck out, looking. Here's the 1-2. Purdue's 55th on its way as now we get the check to O'Shea Howard. Here's the pitch in tight, ball 2. The sun now peeking out from the clouds once again. The grass is looking green, and man, what a baseball game right now. Still may be windy and a little bit cold, but Shaker baseball doing what they can. Here's a big swing from Richard outside of the batter's box. He steps back in. He's in the 2 spot. And it looks as though we got a balk. So here comes Howard to third. And now it looks like a coach is talking to the umpire behind home plate. Now we'll get the discussion. And now a mound visit. We'll see if we get a pitching change here. 55 pitches thrown by Purdue. 2-2 the count on Richard. After that, balk O'Shea Howard on third. And one swing of the bat could make this a tied ball game. Richard not exactly the home run guy. But if he makes contact, he can bring home another run. Let's see what happens. Purdue remains out there in the center circle. The sun now being covered up by those clouds once again. Shaker down by 2. I'm not sure what's happening. The Normandy coaches still were mentioning something to the home plate umpire. Now he's back in position, and it's time for Richard to do some damage. Here's the 2-2. Off the plate. 3-2. Tough position for Richard because the payoff pitch is now making your way. You got a full count, 2 outs. Here's a pitch. This one's sent over the head of the second baseman. There's another RBI for the Red Raiders as Richard brings home run number 6. How about this? 1 run away from tying this one up and taken to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. But whoo-wee! You don't want to miss this game. Will Tagan now to the right-handed batter's box. We're going to get time called. And he'll take a couple big hacks out of the box. Richard taking his lead off of first. We'll see if we get a steal attempt from him, and it looks like we will. Here's the throw. And he is out. Richard disappointed about that one, but he can't be disappointed with the RBI that he got on the looping single over the head of Morris. And now it's just a 1-run ball game. Fogarty, who's been absolutely dominant on the mound so far, he's back. And Shaker is just having an exciting ball game. They were down by 7, now only down by 1. Let's see if they can finish a comeback, as now we're entering into the top of the 5th. My name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call from Shaker Heights, and let's go as we're going to take a break. Woo! first pitch of the new inning in there for strike one. Fogarty back in action on the mound, and after suffering that injury just a couple games ago, I believe that was Tuesday, here he is with a really grand showing out here on the bump. Here's the 1-1 pitch about to make its way. It'll be the 31st from Fogarty. This one off the plate. 2-1. Vargo 2 for 2. And now that next one misses the mark as well. 3-1 now the count. The wind really trying to take down our broadcast setup. However, right now Shaker's playing dominant and we're not going away. Here's the next one. And there, strike 2. Full count. Excuse us, there he gets strike 3. Excuse me, the wind moved our camera for just a moment there, just missed the pitch. But we get K. Another one, from Fogarty. So that'll bring Steele to the dish. And this wind really allowing anyone to get some sort of home run, it feels like, as any pitch could carry. This one sent over to O'Shea Howard. Howard handles it. The throw on to Berglund will be out number 2. Holy cow, how about Fogarty? Keep it coming. Here's out number 8, I believe, from him. Looking for 9 here with Morris coming to the plate. Ooh, that sun is coming out, and you love to see it, especially in such a cold sort of scenario. Here's the next pitch. Cut on, missed. 1-1. Here we are in the top of the 5th. Fogarty dominating on the hill. Shaker cutting down the deficit of this game to 1 run. This next one, ooh, just misses the mark. Ball 2. Shaker's defense keeping vocal, trying to encourage their teammate on the mound, and maybe it's working. There's strike 2 called down the middle. 2-2 the count. And here's the offering with 2 outs. There's out number 3, and everyone in their right mind knew it. There we go. Fogarty with a day on the bump. And now Shaker back to the offensive side of things. Just 1 run away from tying this one up. Tagan, Berglund, and Landrum due up. Let's see what they've got in them when we come back for the bottom of the 5th. And we got a new man on the mound in the form of Montgomery, number 10. Will Tagan is going to be the batter. And any of the next four guys in the order for Shaker, they got the strength to send this one over the fence and maybe make this one a one-run game. And again, with the wind, this is a very real possibility. Will Tagan has the opportunity, but he can also play it small with some small ball. Behind him, due up, Will Berglund and C.J. Landrum. Tagan so far 0 for 1 on the day. Again, a really chilly game compared to earlier in the week. This one in tight. Oh, never mind. Strike one. And the wind really trying to take down this broadcast, but with as good of a game as we got, that's just not happening. This one lined over to the left side, foul. That was close. Just trying to straight up our camera angle at this point. It has been very shaky all throughout. The reason being that wind. And our apologies. And there's a swing and miss. Tagan goes down. And that's going to bring up the other Will Berglund. 0 for 2 on the day. Number 19 on the back of the red jersey. Shaker's offense with 8 more outs to work with. Let's see what they've got. Here's the pitch. That one inside, ball 1. Berglund has a pair of home runs for the squad. He got that one home run in the first game against Francis Parker in San Diego. They're a big swing and miss, trying to do so again. But he also had a home run in that game against North Royalton. Two guys actually had home runs. It was Berglund and Tagan. That one trying to get over the glove. This is going to be a tough throw, and Berglund beats it out. Just skipped over the glove of the third baseman, Kirk, and Hinkle wasn't able to make the play happen. And Berglund, with 1 out, gets the single. I assume they're going to mark this one as an infield single, as there's not much more the defense could have done behind Montgomery. Here's Landrum. Big bat behind him. He's just got to make the contact, which he did earlier with a big RBI knock earlier. That pickoff attempt brings Berglund back in safely. Berglund stole a base his last time on the base path. Here's another pickoff attempt. Berglund back in safely. Landrum actually tried to steal a base as well. He was ruled out as he collapsed his way onto second base. It wasn't exactly a pretty affair for number 25. And that pitch almost getting away from Vargo, but all we're going to get is ball number 1 with no advancement from Berglund. Berglund taking a healthy lead off of first. Number 10, Montgomery, checking the runner over at first. And now here's the pitch. Popped foul back over the cage and over near On-Away Road. If you can see that American flag to the left of your screen, you can see how much this wind has been a factor. Maybe you can see it on the sleeves of the jerseys as well. But here's the next pitch to Landrum, fouled back into the backstop. Braden White coming out of the on-deck circle to pick up that baseball and deliver it back to the man behind the dish. We're going to do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to C.J. Landrum. Berglund off of first. Here's the 1-2 off the mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaker's dugout. You can hear them all the way from out here. They are keeping vocal. That's what you like to hear from them. Again, it is a really bad day if they are not keeping vocal. even in that big loss against North Royalton, they were very much loud, and actually heard from a lot of the parents behind home plate. They were really, really supportive of that Shaker dugout. Just even though they were down by a large margin, that they were just still playing their game of baseball. Here's the 2-2. That's going to get away. Oh, it'll hit Landrum on the foot. And so Berglund moves up to second. RBI chance here for number 10, Braden White. Still only one out. It is a double play opportunity for the defense behind Montgomery. And now we're going to get a pinch runner for Landrum as Cole Klein comes in replacement. Braden White 0 for 2 on the day. Let's see what he can do. Braden White with the release baseball helmet on top. And he'll take a couple of healthy swings outside of the batter's box. The umpire over to the right side of home plate. Now he's back in position. And Montgomery is set. He checks Berglund. Now the pitch. Down low, ball 1 to Braden White. Montgomery with his 13 pitches now has gotten one out, but now there's 2 guys on in the form of Berglund standing off of second. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just upstairs. Ball 2. And Klein is standing off of first as he's pinch running for C.J. Landrum. Landrum much more of a power guy than a speed guy. Here's the pitch. Ran in, almost got Braden White. He leaned back from that one to not get hit by ball number 3. So here's the 3-0 count. Montgomery with the pitch. This one cut on down the third baseline. And that's going to be strike number 1. A rare occurrence to swing on a 3-0 offering. But, oh, excuse me. Game changer had it wrong. It looked as though that was strike 1. So now it's 2-2 the count. Big difference. This one cut on and missed. So Braden White goes down swinging. Rough spot for him there. Again, my apologies. I was reading off of what Game Changer had in the count. It looked reasonable to me. One of those must have been a called strike. But now here's Nate Landever with an RBI opportunity. He's already 1 for 2 on the day. Berglund still at second. Klein at first. Here's the first pitch off. Ooh, never mind. Strike number 1. The sophomore wearing number 21, batting left. A rare occurrence for a lot of high school batters. That pitch off the mark for ball 1. 1-1 the count with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shaker down by 1 run. 7-6 is the score against the Normandy Invaders. Next pitch to Landever. He'll hold off. Ball 2. Normandy sharing that same kind of color scheme as Orange High School, if you're familiar with that school just east of Shaker. That black kind of uniform with the orange accents, numbers on the back, and of course the crest up front. Landever sends this one into right center. That one's going to get down right in front of us. That's going to bring home 1 run. Klein slides into third. And that's an RBI knock. We're even up. 7-7 is now your score. RBI opportunity for the next man up. Runners at the corners with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. It was once 7-0. No more. We're back to even. 7-7. Sam Luther, the batter. And wow. Shaker baseball, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's been over this week. It 1 week ago, Shaker lost by 22 runs to North Royalton, but something has changed. Here's the steal attempt. Oh, they've got Nate Landever in a rundown. Landever tries to move forward, but the tag is applied, and so runners are left at the corners after the 5th inning. But holy, bring Andrew Fogarty back out. That's what we're liking to see. 7-7 is your score. And let's see if Fogarty can keep it up on the bump. My goodness, if you're not excited, I don't know what you're doing watching this baseball game. This is insane. 7-0 was your score at one point after 2 innings. And now here we are in a 7-7 score. We're through 5. 2 more to go. We'll be right back. My name is Von Ullum, here with the call from Shaker Heights. And yeah, we're not done yet. Fogarty back in on the mound. Trying to keep this one a tied ball game. That first pitch down low. Nate Landever delivered the tying run just moments ago. This next pitch popped up, skied in, and Sam Luther calls everyone off, making the grab for out number 1. So Kirk is victim number 1 of the top of the 6th. But as I was saying, Nate Landever delivered the tying run in the bottom of the 5th. However, right after that, when runners were at the corners, he got caught up in a rundown between 1st and 2nd. That one in there, strike 1. My goodness, Fogarty returns from injury, and now here he is. What has gotten into him? There's strike 2. The 0-2. Cut on this one, lined right to Malachi Kranz. It's in the glove now. Here's the throw. He got him! That was unbelievably close. And the first base coach over there for Normandy baffled by the call. But that's the call we get. Great throw by Malachi Kranz to make it all happen. That pitch escapes the glove of Braden White, but it's in there for strike 1. My goodness, have yourself a day, Andrew Fogarty. That next one off the mark, ball 1. Here we are, top of the 6th, tied ball game, 7-7. Due up next is going to be Sam Luther and Malachi Kranz. O'Shea Howard would be the leadoff man, number 1 in the batting order. That would be the final guy due up for Shaker. 2 balls, 1 strike to Wolf. This one popped up. And actually, this one's going to carry up to Will Tagan with the out. And Shaker, once again, holding off the invaders. And they've inched back to this spot. And now if they put on a run, they can win this game with only 3 more outs on defense. Let's see what happens next. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Von Ullum, very excitedly calling this ball game as Shaker has come back by a 7-run deficit, And now 7-7 is your score. My name is Vaughn Ullum here with the call from Shaker Heights, Ohio. Here comes Sam Luther to the dish. Shaker looking for some runs to try and put this one away with one more inning of defense. This one sent down the third baseline foul. Luther, the third baseman in today's game, batting right. Again, it's been a cold game all game long. The wind has been very much a factor here today. And this next pitch off the mark. Montgomery's still the pitcher for the Normandy Invaders. The wind, yeah, it's been trying to knock over our broadcast setup more and more as the game has gone on. However, with exciting as this game has been, we're just not letting it happen. Here's the next pitch off the mark once more to Sam Luther. Luther with 2 strikes on him. He's battling well. Here's the full count, the payoff pitch to Sam Luther. The offering from the lefty. This one's sent over foul to the right side. Off the roof of the Normandy bus. Luther 1 for 2. He had that opportunity to bat in a run last inning. However, Landever got caught up in a rundown after trying to steal. This one skied over to the right side once again. And again, our apologies for what has been a very shaky camera here today. The wind has just been a little all over the place. Here's the full count pitch. The payoff pitch will be upstairs. So the go-ahead run is on in the form of Sam Luther, and Malachi Kranz is the next guy up. Big opportunity for him here. He said to me throughout the beginning of the season that he wants to be in these kinds of opportunities, big games, and now here he comes to the right-handed batter's box. Brett Moore, as mentioned, out of the lineup today after pitching a gem of a game yesterday. His arm was just sore. And at that point, you just got to live with it. He pitched a great game. Shaker winning it 2-1 against the great team of Twinsburg. Kranz bunting this one over to the right side. Lucky that one wasn't a pop-up. If it had ended up fair, it very much would have been. So 1 strike to Malachi Kranz. He's a 1 for 2 on the day. 7-7 your score, 1 man on. Here's the pickoff attempt. Sam Luther back in safely, standing up. Again, it was 7-0 earlier in the ballgame. After 2 innings, Normandy was up by 7. And to be in this spot now, Shakers just got to make do with what they have. That pitch down low, 1-1. This game wasn't originally scheduled. It was just scheduled a couple of days ago. Shaker actually just informed about it Thursday night. This one down low as well. 2 balls, 1 strike to Malachi Kranz. The good thing about Malachi Kranz is he's going to make you pitch well to him. He can work it in a count. At least this is what we've seen from him in his at-bats over the last couple games. Here's the 2-1. Cut on, and this one lined into left. That one's going to be caught by the left fielder for out number 1. Still on first is Sam Luther. That'll bring us to the top of the order in the form of O'Shea Howard. Big chance for him here. Howard had a big day at the plate yesterday. Now he's got an opportunity to move the go-ahead run forward, as he's 1 for 2 so far, looking to go 2 for 3. Here's the pitch from Montgomery. Cut on and missed on a pitch low and inside. The wind picking up now from inside home plate all the way out to the outfield. And now here's the next one down low. Ball number 1. 1-1 the count, 1 out in a tied game. 1 man on first in the form of number 11, Sam Luther. Montgomery now up to 35 pitches. This 36th is on its way now. Cut on and missed. He went low and away for that one. And Montgomery could really use this strikeout to bring up Richard. And here's the pitch. Cut on, missed. Oh, that is a rough at bat for O'Shea Howard. And he heads to the dugout. That's going to bring up Colin Richard. Richard 1 for 2. He had to knock his last time up. It was a single. And here's the first pitch to him. Cut on. This one, he tried to go up the middle with it. That's not going to work. The pitcher flips this one to first for out number 3. So the leadoff man gets on. But after that, nothing doing. Sam Luther wasn't able to steal to bring himself closer, and so he'll make his way to the dugout after that one. Shaker has tied this one up. We go to inning number 7, tied 7-7. Andrew Fogarty back to the bump, and why not? Have yourself a day, Andrew Fogarty. Let's see if he can keep it up in the final inning, this 7th inning. We'll be right back. My name is Vaughn Ullum, here with the call from a very windy Shaker Heights. We'll be right back. And here we are for the top of the 7th and final inning. 7-7 your score. Shaker has come back from a 7-0 deficit, and now we're tied at 7. This one cut on and missed. Fogarty now up to the half-century mark at 50 pitches. We're straightening up our setup as we speak. The wind has very much been a factor. That next one off the mark for ball one. Fogarty has been out here in relief here today. We started off with Quentin Garnett, number 6. This one fouled over to the right side. And Garnett had a rough go, letting across 3 in the first, then 4 in the second. Only 4 of the runs were earned, but they did come across. Reyes is the batter. He's pinch hitting here in this spot. Here's the 1-2. And did he go? He did not. 2-2 the count. We had the infield umpire over at first giving us the verdict on that pitch. Here's the set, and that one once again off the mark. We work our way to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out for Reyes. 0 for 0 as he's pinch hitting. In a 7-7 tied game, this one sent up and over to right field. Richard at first reads it just a bit wrong, but now he moves forward to make the play just in time. There is out number 1. Big out number 1 if you're Andrew Fogarty. Just 2 outs away from 5 innings of perfect pitching from him. It's really just been a great day for him on the mound, and you like to see this, especially after that Menor injury, or that injury faced against Menor, I should say, out in right field. Here's the next pitch. Rainbows its way just upstairs. 1-1 the count. Here's the next one on its way, down low. Due up for Shaker in the bottom of the inning would be Will Tagan as the first man. That one cut on a pitch upstairs. Good pitch location that time from Fogarty. Sabin the batter, another pinch hitter. Just trying to get his batters to figure it out, and there's strike number 3. Fogarty, man, keep it coming. That's strikeout number 7 for Andrew Fogarty. And now the next guy up is Messina, who's 1 for 3. The first pitch cut on and missed. And can Fogarty exit the 7th inning with a smile on his face? Here's the next one. In there, strike 2. And Shaker is just amped up right now. The dugout is vocal. Even Nate Landover, you can see him. He's very amped up out in left field. Here's the next pitch. And almost actually ran in and got him. Just got out of the way for ball 1. Now you just got to slow it down and deliver strike 3, sending the Red Raiders to the plate to hopefully win this one. Here's the pitch. This one sent down the third baseline, foul over to that third base coach. Then handed to Luther. Luther sends it to Fogarty. We're going to do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Fogarty 1 strike away. Here we go. The pitch inside and tight for ball 2. Fogarty up to 66 pitches now. And yeah, he's just pitched a gem. And there's not much more to say about it. 7 strikeouts. That pitch. Oh, did that get him? Apparently, he went around, says the ump. And now there's a bit of confusion now. We're bringing the infield umpire in as well for a conversation. Not exactly sure what the matter is here. They ruled it like a drop third strike. And now we'll see. Looks like he's back to the plate with the strongest wind gust of the day making its way up to our broadcast setup. Apologies for any wind making its way into the mic. They're ruling that one as a foul. And so now here's the 2-2. Off the mark. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fogarty had 2 strikes on him. Now it's up to a full count. To Messina, who's 1 for 3. That pitch. Down low, ball 4. So this one has slowed down just a bit, but it's picked up for Normandy. Shaker just needing this final out, but it's coming to Vargo's 2 for 3. First pitch in there, strike 1. Vargo, the catcher in today's game for the Invaders. The first strike he took. Here's the next one, cut on, missed. And this one's going to get away. Braden White with the throw. Applying the tag was O'Shea Howard, but the throw just a bit too upstairs. The tag came just too late. Top of the 7th. 2 strikes on Vargo. 2 outs. Tied ball game. Runner on second. This one just off the mark on the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 hit could bring home the go-ahead run at second. But Fogarty with the 1-2. That'll make its way in. Strike 3 called. And Shaker's amped up, due up on offense. It's Will Tagan, it's Will Berglund, and it's C.J. Landrum. Can those 3 get it done to complete the comeback here? 7-7 is your score. Here in the bottom of the 7th we go. Shaker tied with Normandy. 7-7 your score. My name is Von Ullum here with the call at home in the Shaker Heights 3rd home game of the season. We'll be right back to call the bottom half of the 7th. And we're back for the bottom of inning number 7 as Will Tagan steps into the right-handed batter's box. Shaker has had one heck of a game as they were down 7-0. Now we're tied 7-0. Or excuse me. Now we're tied 7-7. And Will Tagan, Will Berglund, and C.J. Landrum have an opportunity to bring across the go-ahead and winning run here. And Will Tagan gets it started off right. This one lined in the left. Tagan gets the leadoff single. And the winning run is at first. That brings Will Berglund to the plate. Here we go. One grand hit can win this one for Shaker. It has been a cold game for these players, for the broadcasters, I assume for the umps and fans. And but this is not one you're going to want to miss. Here's the pickoff throw over to first, taken back in safely standing. We'll see if he makes the motion to second. Berglund 1 for 3 on the day. And now let's see what he's got in him in the bottom of the 7th inning. This pitch off the mark. Ball 1. Montgomery now at 40 pitches. Let's see if any sort of fatigue gets to him now. It'd be a really rough time for it to get to you. And here's the 1-0. This one swung on, and he misses the contact. 1-1 is the count. How about Andrew Fogarty? I mean, He has had a great, phenomenal day on the bump. And he has had he wasn't the starter. He pitched innings 3 on. It was Quentin Garnett getting the start. He gave up the 7 runs early on to put Shaker behind. But now, here we are, and Shaker with the opportunity to win it. There's a swing and miss from Berglund. 2 strikes on him now. Behind him, also due up, is C.J. Landrum. The wind harsh, making its way over to us. Out in left center. Berglund with a hot shot, but that's going to go foul off to the left side. We're going to do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, taking the lead off of first. Montgomery with his 44th of the outing on its way. And that went in tight. Ball 2. Holy cow. I hope all those fans are keeping warm. Of course, the wind is always going to be a little bit greater in the elevated position, but still, can't be too friendly. Here, Tagan caught up in a rundown. Tagan running back to first. And will he be safe? Yes, he will be. As that throw gets away from the first baseman, Tagan is still safe. So everyone take a breather. That's your winning run on first. And you really don't want to get out there if you're number 8. So Will Berglund still at the plate, 2-2 the count. Will Tagan off of first. It's the kick and the pitch. And that one down low. Ball 3. Now a really tense position if you're Will Berglund. Full count. 3 balls. 2 strikes. Nobody out but Tagan on first. The payoff pitch from Montgomery is on its way. That one upstairs, ball 4. Winning run to scoring position. Berglund on first, Tagan on second here in the bottom of the 7th. Out comes, actually it's going to be Cole Klein hitting for C.J. Landrum. Let's see what number 3 can do. The left-handed hitter stands in. Now we're going to get a mound visit. Let's see if they make a change now. Tagan now joining Berglund over by assistant coach and first base coach Joe Welsh. If Shaker can cap this one off with a winning run, this would just be an incredible 4th straight win for Shaker Heights. But they got to get there first. Tagan heads back to second. Montgomery still the pitcher for the Invaders. Cole Klein stands in. Number 3 on the back of his jersey, pinch hitting for C.J. Landrum. He's batting left. Here's the pickoff attempt over at second. The throw too elevated. Couldn't apply a tag quickly. So Tagan back in safely on second. We'll see if we get a bunt attempt maybe from Klein. Wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll see. He's showing bunt. Here we go. He moves it away at the last moment for ball 1. Montgomery now up to 47 pitches. The 48th was about to make its way to Klein. Klein Was showing bunt last time. Will he here? Indeed he does. Showing bunt. He bunts it perfectly. It's going to go off of the third baseman who is working his way in. Bases loaded now as Klein makes his way to first. Bases loaded. Bring the junior Braden White to the plate. Bases loaded. No outs. And Braden White with some power behind the bat. He's got a big opportunity. Let's see what goes here. Maybe he's just going to try and bunt as well, but we'll see. All infielders in. On the grass in front of the dirt. First pitch down low and in. Ball one. Imagine walking a run here. That would just be a really rough ending to this game. 1-0 the count to Braden White. Next pitch, upstairs, ball two. Oh my. Montgomery. Now to 50 pitches. The 51st is going to be the third one Braden White sees. White 0 for 3 on the day, taking some big hacks out of the batter's box. And now the 2-0 is on its way. Cut on, foul back. 7-7 your score. Bases loaded, nobody out. Tagan on third. Berglund on second. Klein is on first after what was an incredible bunt. And it was misplayed by the third baseman, Kirk. The 2-1 from Montgomery is grounded over to shortstop. Here's the throw on to home, and there's out number one. Tagan is the first victim, and now bring the sophomore Nate Landever to the plate. So bases still loaded, just add one out to the scoreboard here in the bottom of the inning. You just want to get this one elevated and away from home plate, or just find a gap. Any of the above would be perfectly acceptable for that 8th and winning run to come across for Shaker. First one popped up, and this one is going to be in the infield. Out number 2. Oh, my. That means it's Sam Luther. Berglund on third. He's the winning run. Klein on second, and it's White on first. Sam Luther is 1 for 2 on the day. And here's the 54th from Montgomery, number 10 of the Invaders. First pitch swung on, and this one popped over into shallow right field, and there is out number 3. Oh, wow. Bring us to extras. Inning number 8 coming your way as Fogarty takes the mound again. 7-7 your score. What happens next? Shaker so close. Bases loaded, nobody out. But they're just going to have to wait at least one more inning to get a result. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shaker has come back from a 7-run deficit. It's 7-7. We'll be back for the call of the 8th inning. Some extra innings for you here on a windy, cold Shaker Heights day. We'll be right back. Fogarty back on the hill. And we are through 7 regulation innings. 7-7 is your score. We started off in a 7-0 score as Quentin Garnett let the Invaders scratch 7 across. And then Shaker, it's really been all of them from that point on. 7-7 now your score here in the top of the 8th inning. Fogarty back on the mound because he has pitched a great game. That first pitch down low for ball 1. Next one on its way. In there for strike 1. He's pitched a lot in this game. 75 now for him. And coming off of injury, that's just a bit surprising. This one, a tapper over the glove of Fogarty, handled by Kranz. The throw! He's out! Shaker's defense has really just been on point of late. They have really done well for the number of errors. Kranz did have an error earlier in the game, but Shaker on defense has just been making plays. Here's Fogarty, the stall in the windup and then the pitch, and maybe trying to get in the head of Morris a little bit. Regardless, it was off the mark for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Fogarty up to 77. Here's the 78th. That'll be in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. In the top of the 8th inning, it's 7-7. Shaker with almost a great opportunity to win the game. Here's the next pitch. That should be in there, and indeed it is. Shaker had bases loaded with nobody out, but the Invader defense was just able to keep them from scoring. They had 1 out at home plate. That one fouled back, so we're going to do it again at 1 and 2. They made 1 out happen at home plate, and then the next 2 were actually that second one was a pop out, and then that third one was a fly out into shallow right. So now here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Morris, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Keep in mind, in high school, you don't get a second base runner in extra innings, so it's just bases empty. There's a swing and miss. Another K for Fogarty. Holy. Get this kid a Cy Young. What a day for him today. We'll give you the stats after the inning, but here in the top of the 8th, he's once again 1 out away from bringing his offense up to the plate. 81 pitches. Fatigue has really not set in for him. That pitch almost did run inside on Kirk. Kirk 0 for 3 on the day. There's ball 1. 1-0 the count. Again, it's been windy, it's been cold, it's been gray, but Shaker has fought left and right on defense, on offense, and on the mound here's Andrew Fogarty, who's representing this team with the amount of effort he has put into this game today. That one off the mark. That will be ball 3, 3-0. And especially here, you don't want to walk the guy. Here's the next one down low. Oof, a 4-pitch walk. And so we'll see what's next. We're going to get a pinch runner over there at first. Kirk is out to the dugout. We'll get that name for you in just a moment. 2 outs. Shaker oh so close to bringing their offense back out. Hinkle is the batter. He's 1 for 3 on the day. The umpire making sure he gets that name right over at first as well, making sure he's got the identification. We're getting some throw and catch between Fogarty and Luther, just to keep Fogarty a little bit warm. And now we're back to business. Not sure I'm going to get a name for you over there. Oh, now we do. Jazewski, the runner over at first. That first pitch down low. 5 straight balls thrown by Andrew Fogarty. Jazewski taking the lead off of first. Next pitch. This one popped up And it's lost behind home plate and foul. One ball, one strike to Hinkle. 87 pitches now thrown from Fogarty, who really just wants Hinkle to go away. The 1-1 off the mark. 2-1. We've had the sun peek out from the clouds a little bit here today, applying some warmth to the field. That one, just barely missing. 3-1. Jazuski, the go-ahead run, stands on first, one ball away. Or, excuse me, that was strike two looking. Didn't get the signal from up here. That one, here's the throw on to second, and it's actually going to... Did O'Shea Howard have it? Where is the baseball? Well, Kranz had to pick it up just behind second. And that was ball three. So now a tense position. Jazuski off of second. Number 37 taking the big lead. Fogarty with a full count on Hinkle. Here's the pitch. And it's off the plate. Oh my. That was the 91st pitch from Fogarty. And now he's just got to settle it down. He had 2 outs, no men on. Now there's 2 guys on, one in scoring position. This one's sent down the first base line, foul. First game of extra innings this season for Shaker Heights. They almost had a chance to avoid extras, again with those bases loaded and nobody out. But now here we are. That pitch upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Wolf, the batter, he's the center fielder in today's game, number 28. Here's the pitch very much upstairs. Here's the throw down to second. That's going to get into shallow center. Will Tagan is there to make sure Jazuski doesn't advance to third. So that was ball 2. 2-1 the count to Wolf. 7-7 still your score in a tied ball game here in the first extra inning, inning number 8. Here's the pitch. This one into the glove of Fogarty, making the jump in front of him. Oh my! What a play, and Fogarty keeps this one scoreless in his outing. It's 7-7. Quinn Garnett gave up the first 7 runs, and Fogarty hasn't let any come across since. So bring out the Shaker offense in a winning position here. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum, here with the call of good old Shaker Heights baseball against the Normandy Invaders. 7-7 is your score. Kranz is going to be the man leading off for the Red Raiders. Number 20 on the back of the red jersey. The first pitch to him, cut on. This one's skied. Foul over to the left side. Is it playable? No, it is not. Off the dugout of the Red Raiders. Kranz 1 for 3 on the day. Montgomery now to 55 pitches. He's number 10. Each team has only had 2 pitchers here today. We started with Purdue, now to Montgomery for Normandy. That one, oh, is it off? Oh, I believe it is. And then for the Raiders, we started with Garnett for 2 innings, and then it's been all Andrew Fogarty for the last 6. Here's actually the 0-2, that one off the mark. It was strike 2 looking that last time up. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kranz. Again, as mentioned yesterday, Kranz really good with 2 strikes. He's just very patient at the plate. This next one off the mark as well. Like that just the patience to lay off of a tough pitch like that is just pretty good, especially at the level of high school right now. Here we are, evened up at 2-2. The score even up at 7-7. Here's the pitch, and that's just barely missing. He works it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's the go-ahead and winning run if we get to that point. The 3-2, cut on, and foul tipped back into the glove of Vargo. There's strikeout number, actually, let me get that statistic for you now. That was strikeout number 4 for Montgomery, number 6 for the team. And so now, 1 out, nobody on for O'Shea Howard. He's 1 for 3 on the day. This one lined in the left. That's going to get down. O'Shea Howard gets the single. And actually, the baseball does get away. Probably would have been safe over at second, but you're not going to risk it in this position. So, the go-ahead winning run is at first. And now the man up was Richard, but I think now we have it in as Quentin Garnett once again. And it looks like it will be. 1 for 1 on the day. What does he have in his back pocket? And now it looks like he balked. Oh my! The runner advanced from first to second. Was that indeed the case? Now the umpires talking to each other, and yes, indeed it was a balk. Oh, wow. If you're Montgomery, my goodness, that's just a tough spot. But now they're actually telling Howard to head back to first. So take away the balk. And we're back to where we were. Dang, that would have been a really good spot for Shaker to have that winning run over at second. But no more. Here's Garnett with the first pitch of the AB, not on its way just yet. O'Shea Howard trying to dive back into first, but his lead just too much, and that is out number 2 on the pickoff attempt. Oh, wow. 2 outs. Garnett up at the dish. Still yet to have a pitch delivered to him. 1 for 1 on the day. And here's the pitch. This one's sent our way. That's going to get down for sure. And it's handled by the left fielder, making the throw in. And Quentin Garnett rounds first, but he's going to hold up there, as that will bring senior Will Tagan to home plate. Quentin Garnett has really been efficient at the plate lately. I mean, 2 for 2 today, and he's just been. I mean, that's really just the way to put it. He was 4 for 4, I believe, not against Gilmore, but Menor, when he got 4 singles. And that's the thing, it hasn't been extra base hits for him. It's just been consistency, which is not at all something you should take for granted. Taking him with the opportunity to win this one, the first one in there for strike one. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 outs, 0-1 count to Will Tagan, runner on first. Here's the pitch off the mark. Eli Stolfus is in the bullpen warming up. He relieved in yesterday's game as well, and he pitched a beauty. Here's the pitch to Tagan. Oh, there's strike 2. Bit of a late call that time from the umpire behind the plate, but he does indeed make that call eventually. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Will Tagan, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Quentin Garnett taking the lead off of first. Here's the pitch from the left-handed pitcher. There's strike 3. Got him swinging. So, Shaker has been held up on offense, but they've also they've held off the defense. Wait, never mind. What am I saying? Shaker has held off on offense, but they've held off the other offense as well, if that makes sense. Both offenses have stalled out, basically, is what I am saying. 7-7 is the score, and now we are here for the 9th inning. In an MLB game, this is what you ought to expect, a full 9-inning game. But here we are now in a high school game in the 2nd extra inning. We'll be right back. Eli Stolfus is going to be the new man in relief. Let's see if he can keep this where it is at 7-7. Shaker tied with the Normandy Invaders. And we are set for the top of inning number 9. It's Eli Stolfus in relief. He's pitched in 4 games and over 7 innings. And yeah, in those 4 games, they were each within the last 10 days. It was against Euclid on the 10th, North Royalton on the 13th, Menor on the 16th, and just yesterday against Twinsburg. He enters in with a 4.7 ERA. Let's see what he does here. First pitch in there, strike 1. Stolfus, a sophomore, making him a great asset on the mound moving forward for Shaker, assuming they'll keep him here in the coming years. This one a tapper back to Stolfus. He flips this one to Berglund for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out for Stolfus. Reyes was that batter that just grounded out. We actually have Quentin Garnett now at third. That one in there for strike 1. And actually, the interesting thing is over at right field now, we have Sam Luther. The rest of the defense is the exact same, with Landever and Tegan at left and center. That one off the mark for ball one. And then we have Berglund, O'Shea, Howard, and Kranz on the infield. Braden White still behind the dish. Sabin, the batter, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the 1-1 offering from the sophomore Stolfus. This one cut on scent right over the head of Quentin Garnett, and this one's going to be handled by Nate Landever out in shallow left. And that's going to be 1 out, 1 man on for the Invaders. Double play opportunity for the Shaker defense. It's just much less common at this level to have that go down. We'll see. Messina, the batter, 1 for 3. This one down low. Braden White keeps it in front of him, so Sabin isn't able to advance. 7-7, your score. It's been this way for a minute now. Again, Shaker has had many good opportunities to bring home a winning run. They just haven't able to get that last step forward. That one low once again. The count to Messina, with Sabin taking the lead off of first. The next pitch, cut on this one over to Kranz. This is a good double play opportunity. He flips this one to O'Shea Howard. The throw on the first, a double play. Big defensive play from the Red Raiders, and that takes us to the bottom of the ninth. 7-7, your score. Can the Shaker offense get it done now? We'll see. The answers soon to come when we come back. Big double play will take us to the bottom of the second extra inning. My name is Vaughn Ullum with the call from Shaker. We'll be right back. And we're back. Bottom of inning number 9, the second extra inning between the Normandy Invaders and the Shaker Heights Raiders. Will Berglund 1 for 3 on the day. He's got power behind the bat. Let's see if he can use it to bring home a winning run. 7-7 is the score. They're sticking with Montgomery out on the mound for the Invaders. Here's first pitch, down low, ball 1. That's the difference between the Invaders and the Raiders. That Shaker was only able to use their starting pitcher for 2 innings. This one lined over to the left side, just foul. That was close. If that one made its way down the line fair, that would have been at least a double for Will Berglund, assuming the left fielder handled it right. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. This one's sent over to the right side into center field. That's going to get over the head. Oh my goodness. Berglund rounding second. And it looks as though this one's a ground rule double. And indeed it will be. Winning run in scoring position. Nobody out. And Cole Klein's back. He pinch hit for C.J. Landrum earlier, And yeah, now he's back, the left-handed hitter. And now they're going to intentionally walk him to set up a force at any base but home. Braden White would be the next man up, and here he comes, number 10. He's got the one home run for Shaker at home. Came against Menor on Tuesday. First pitch to him, he's showing bunt. This one popped foul over the left side. Or, excuse me, the right side. Montgomery now to 70 pitches. Braden White 0 for 4 on the day. Looking to change that sort of narrative with a big winning hit here in this AB. Here's the 0-1 from Montgomery, the 71st of his outing. Here we go. Another bunt. This one, same kind of thing. Fouled back into the cage behind home plate. Now you don't want to bunt it anymore because if it's foul again, boom, there's strike 3. And there's a big out. Much needed by the Invaders. 2 men on. Here we go. Braden White pops this one foul over to the right side once again. Just needing the accuracy to hit it fair. Berglund off of second. Klein off of first. Shaker in what has been the closest game of the season. We're here in the second extra inning. Inning number 9. Shaker with a big opportunity to get the winning run across. Here's the pickoff attempt. Klein back in safely on a dive. Berglund, the winning run, stands on second. Braden White up to the plate. And again, Cole Klein over at first, if that run comes into play. Braden White with an 0-2 count on him. Montgomery, number 10, still in. Here's the pitch. This one rainbowed off the plate for ball 1. Braden White with some patience now. Granted, if he had taken a hack at that one, I'm pretty sure we all would have had some concerns. Next pitch to Braden White, also off the plate, ball 2. Montgomery now to 74 pitches. The 75th is going to be on its way momentarily. Berglund still 180 feet away from scoring. This one sent to the shortstop. Here's the throw on to second. Braden White going to beat it out over at first. He's safe. Runners at the corners now with 1 out. One knock into the air, out and into the outfield, is going to make this one a win for Shaker Heights. Now some sort of communication between head coach Stephen English and the infield ump, with a conversation has now concluded, and Nate Landover is in the left-handed batter's box. 2 for 4 on the day. Runners at the corners. Big chance for the sophomore to make something happen. First pitch. This one lined into left. Shaker does it again. Can you believe it? Shaker wins this one in the bottom of the 9th. And a big celebration over at first base as the team jumps up and down in joy as they have won their 4th straight game. They came back from this one 7-0. They were losing early on, and they win this one by a score of 8-7. Walking this one off is Nate Landover. Andrew Fogarty with a great appearance on the mound. Same with Eli Stolfus. And make it 4 straight as Shaker will go to Brunswick and play in the GCC once again. Oh my! 8-7 is your final in what was an ugly day out here at Shaker Heights High School baseball field. It was gray, it was cold, and it was windy, but Shaker was able to come through, get away from a 7-run deficit, and win this one 8-7. in the bottom of the ninth inning. 2 extra innings finally separate the two. And oh my goodness. What a walk-off victory for a team that has just continued to win and win, and now it's been 4 straight. They're going to look to make it 5 on Monday. And that's going to be all for us. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. My name is Von Ullum here with the call. This has been the best game for Shaker Heights this season. It has been exciting. It has been tense. And now, again, Brunswick moving forward next week. It's going to be 5 games, 5 days, including a game out in Pennsylvania. And I will be here to cover it all week long. My name is Von Ullum. Shaker with another exciting win by 1 run, 8-7 through 9 innings. Walking it off was Nate Landever. We will see you Monday. My name is Von Ullum on behalf of Shaker Heights Athletics.